intermediate or long-term technique, expressing anger wisely. Anger actually has many useful purposes when handled in a healthy way. It acts like a signal to tell us something is wrong, that our boundaries may have been crossed, or that we are feeling hurt or treated unfairly. It can also motivate us to take action, speak up, or make necessary changes in our lives or in society. In some situations, anger helps protect us, preparing us to stand up for ourselves or respond to danger. When managed effectively, anger can help us set clear boundaries and improve communication by making our feelings and needs known. In order to achieve that, it is important that we find healthy and wise ways to express anger. Expressing anger wisely is not about suppressing or denying anger, but learning how and when to speak up in ways that help us and the people around us rather than causing harm. It involves the skill to thoughtfully and constructively communicate our anger, and with practice, over time can help us manage our anger well. Expressing anger wisely is all about making thoughtful choices. Sometimes we may need to confront someone, but it is important to consider when and how we confront or express our anger about the situation. One of the most important parts of managing anger is learning when to express and when to let go. In moments of anger, it helps to pause and ask yourself, will expressing my anger help the situation or make it worse? Is the other person in a state where they can actually listen? These questions help us choose the right moment and the right way to speak up. Further, shouting, blaming, yelling, being sarcastic, or getting physical are non-constructive and harmful ways of expressing anger. Similarly, venting to everyone except the person involved may bring relief in the moment, but does not resolve our anger. It may add drama, gossip, or make us feel worse later. In moments of anger, it is useful to ask ourselves some simple questions before reacting or acting on our anger. If your answer to most of the questions mentioned here is no, it might be best to pause, wait, or even let it go. When you decide to express anger, it is important to do so with care. Constructive expression is not about blaming, attacking, or trying to prove a point or win an argument. It's about sharing how you feel in a way that opens the door to real understanding and not more conflict. One helpful way to do this is by using I statements. For example, saying I felt hurt when, instead of you never listen. This simple shift can make it easier for people to hear what you are really saying. It's also important to stay focused on one issue at a time. Try to not bring every past mistake or argument, which usually makes things messier and more emotional. Similarly, it is helpful to not express your anger when it is at peak, as that may lead to saying things you don't mean or regret later. It is wise to take a moment to calm down first, and finally, be open to the other person's point of view. Even when you are hurt or frustrated, they may also have feelings or perspectives you hadn't considered. Here's a small exercise that you can practice to master expressing anger wisely. Try to think of a situation where you are angry. Now, imagine that if you were to live that moment again, what could you have done differently? How could you have expressed your feelings now if you had the chance to speak more calmly and clearly? Practicing this can help train your brain for real-life situations. Remember that expressing anger wisely is a skill that takes practice and patience. The goal is not to avoid anger, but to use it as a signal for action and handle it with clarity and care.